In this video we're looking at how we can multiply and divide using decimal numbers. So we've got a decimal number here divided by a whole number, and likewise here we've got a decimal number here multiplied by a whole number. The key thing is to remember for both these things is that you don't actually change what you're really doing. It's much the same. The only thing to be careful of is in multiplication, making sure that you set out your number you're multiplying by underneath the last digit of the number you are multiplying it by. So in this case, the last one is the 6 in the 10th column, and multiplying that by 8, so they go underneath each other. Let's go back to the division anyway. So we're going to do exactly the same thing as before, but before we do anything, it's really important we remember to put in a decimal point. Okay, so we're going to put a decimal point in there, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, you'll see why in a moment, why that works. So a decimal point in both at the start before we do anything else. Then we're going to then work it out. So we do 6's into 4, they don't go, so 0 there. 6's, that 4 goes to here, next to there to make it 43. 6 into 43, well that's 7 with a remainder of 1. And 6's into 12 now goes twice. And there's our answer, 7.2. Down here, multiplication, we're going to do the same thing as usual. So 8 times 6 is 48. So the 8 stays here, and the 4 goes up here. 8 times 4 is 32, add 4 is 36. So 6 goes in there, 3 up there, cross that one out. And 8 times 3 is 24, add 3 is 27. So 7 there, and then my 2 goes there. So the answer there is 276.8. As you can see, we've done exactly the same thing, nothing has changed. The only reason this works is that actually what we're doing is 346 times 8, but we're then making it 10 times smaller. So we've moved our decimal point across 1 here, and we've done the same with our answer. Because actually you're doing the same thing, you're just making your answer 10 times smaller. And it's the same with the division. So all you need to remember to do is put your decimal point in and then do it as normal. There's a couple of examples here for you to have a go at. So 62.4 divided by 4, and there it's set out for you, and 25.4 times by 6. So have a go at those. If you want to pause the video now, I'll give you a few seconds and then I will show you the answers. Okay, so for your answers, I hope the first thing to do was put your decimal points in. I forgot to mention before that your decimal points should go in the same place as they are in the number you're multiplying or dividing by. So if you look, they line up in the same place. It's very important you do that. But anyway, 4's into 6, that goes 1 time with 2 left over. 4's into 22, that goes 5 times with 2 left over again. And 4's into 24, that just goes 6 times. So the answer is 15.6. This one here, 6 times 4 is 24. So 4 down there, 2 up there. 6 times 5 is 30, add 2 is 32. So 2 there, and then 3 up there. And 6 times 2 is 12, add 3 is 15. So there we go, the answer for that one is 152.4. Again, the key to this is knowing your times tables and remembering to keep your decimal point in line with the other decimal point in the number you're dividing or multiplying by. Hope this helps.